Let's quickly switch to Professor Oyeyinka for more on this. We'd like to thank you, Professor Banji Oyeyinka, who's joining us via Zoom from Ibadan. What's your assessment of the state of Nigeria's infrastructure in 2020? And this is against the backdrop of where the country should be in its developmental aspirations.
Thank you very much for having me here. Chris has laid it out very clearly. It's a historical issue that we have. We've neglected the house for so long. Rats have eaten up everything. So what we have here is, as I said the other time, when you are running a race, you can stay stagnant, you can fall far behind, or you can try to catch up. What we are trying to do now is that we've been in stagnation for a very long time in almost all sectors: rail, road, bridges, everything. So what I will, from what Chris laid out in his report, is that government cannot do it alone. We need to improve the governance system. We need to improve on ease of doing business so that investors can come into Nigeria. This is one of the biggest bottlenecks today. It's not so much a technical issue. It's the human problem that we have: the governance, the politics, the bureaucratic environment that we all know. If Nigeria's governance system is corrected today, we'll have a lot of investors coming into this country. There's so much money all over the world waiting to come into an economy such as we have the population, we have the market. But yet, because of our governance system, because I'm sorry to say, because of the corruption at so many levels, it's been very difficult. So we have to find an alternative ways to deal with this, so that other monies can come in, beyond the normal government appropriation
fund. You talked about a lot of obstacles in achieving, this drive. But what would be the most critical infrastructure that you think government should focus on?
Right now, there are three categories of infrastructure. You have the soft infrastructure, which is usually not very visible to the common, to the visible eye, like education and health. The pandemic has exposed us, so we need to build back a very resilient health infrastructure, and again, both from primary, secondary, and tertiary health sectors. And we do not have to have only government in this space. This is the point that your report is showing. We need to find a way to bring in other monies all over from anywhere they can come from. So there's soft infrastructure that is missing, because health is productivity. Anytime you increase a change in unit of health spending, it increases GDP per capita by almost 0.4%. So we have to focus on that. The second side, of course, is the physical infrastructure, which is also what is the backbone of industrial progress, railroad, and all sorts of things that we need to put in place. And of course, also you have certain critical infrastructure, telecom backbone, and all of those things that is required for today's kind of security. We're in the fourth industrial revolution, and we need to ramp up to meet up with other parts of the world in terms of Korea, for example, spend over $3,000 per person on health. We spend about 60, 70. Other countries, Sweden, I'm not comparing us to those countries, but that gives us sort of a sense of where we are at today.
And where we need to get to. Thank you so much, Professor Banji Oyeyinka, for joining us on the News at 10 tonight.
Thank you very much for having me.